That one right there is perfect. Next, the greatest voice to ever deliver the word Appaloosa. It's Michael Dangerfield. And plenty more to talk about, too, not just that word. She's drawn garden gnomes, metalhead red pandas, and occasionally a magical pony or two from the IDW comics and much, much more. It's Brenda Hickey. And last but certainly not least, you know him, you love him, and you'd still own your waifu without him. It's Vincent Tong. Hey. And it's gone. Listen, you committed to the bit, and I appreciate it. And now it's up there. Ooh, pass them down, absolutely. Oh, I feel very underdressed right now. All this, and I have all this talent here, so I'm going to get dressed. Give me 1 second here. 1 second. And...
Fancy sport coat.
Now it's Casual Friday. Hello, everyone.
All right.
Woo! Exactly. Now it's very warm. So, first and foremost, welcome to Winnie City, everybody. How's it going? How's it been so far? Chicago, the convention? Oh, are the mics on? That's the next question.
Mine is definitely on.
Ooh, there we go.
Hi. Check. Is this on? Is this on?
I think it might be on.
Oh, thank you.
I think Michael's one is off at the moment.
What are you guys doing here? See you guys.
Check. Is it physically on?
Oh,
Thugs in the front row here.
It's hard to see.
Ooh.
Oh, is this okay? Hello. Hello. I'm watching you, Wazowski. I got my eye on you.
You didn't get your paperwork, Wazowski.
Welcome to our Monsters Inc. discussion panel, everybody.
Bonjour.
Hello. Salut.
No.
Hello. There we go.
Hello.
All of our voices have voices now. Excellent.
Be here.
Yeah.
All right. So I will repeat that question that all the microphones were off for. Welcome to Winnie City, everybody. How's Chicago been so far?
We're in Chicago? I thought we were in Sheboygan.
Technically Schaumburg, but details. It's
love it.
Chicago.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's gorgeous.
Amazing to be here.
I had a Chicago hot dog yesterday.
You did?
Oh,
First Chicago hot dog.
I had someone tell me when I had one, they were like, "Where is the hot dog and all of that?" I'm like, "Do you want a hot dog with all of that?" And it's like, you got to do it.
It was like tomatoes, a huge pickle, some peppers, relish, like the most nuclear green relish I've ever seen.
Nuclear.
Yes, they actually like food color it, so
Yeah.
it's that green. It looks like Alien, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess I know what I'm having for supper tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Portillos. So you can have a cake shake with it too. They just stick an entire slice of cake in it. Yeah,
That's world famous, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have it and then pass out later tonight. That's all my calories for the day. So in that same breath where we're saying welcome, and Charlie talked about it a bit at opening ceremonies, Brenda, you haven't been to a con in 4 or 5 years, I think?
Yeah, PonyCon anyway.
PonyCon, yes, true.
I've done a couple like Comic Cons and like fan expos.
True. And Michael, as Charlie said, you haven't been to a pony convention in 9 years.
9 years. Yeah,
Jeez.
9 years. I've had 16 children since then, so it's been a bit busy.
Very
busy.
Stop bragging, bro.
We just got to get it done, right? So,
Bill Burr's back. How does it feel to be back in all of this, though? All the colors and all the people and
it's
everything.
amazing. I really felt the love and feel the love, certainly at opening ceremonies. And it's just, I don't know, it's been an amazing journey to be a part of this family. And who knew that when I sent in the audition for Brayburn that, it would start this journey. It's just amazing. So, amazing to be back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to see you back, to see all of you back. And, The one person I can say it's great to see you for the first time, it's AJ Bridell. How are you doing? It's your right. Thank you again. That was such a wonderful welcome. I know we had Jenna for the first time last year here.
Love Jenna.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll ask the same question I asked her that first time, and I'll ask you. What does it feel like to be a part of, like, what was it like joining the My Little Pony family, I guess it is?
Yeah.
What was that like, and what's it like at your first time at a convention?
So far, I'm obsessed. I walked through the vendors and I was like, oh my hoofness, this place is amazing. The people are incredible. And yeah, it's one of those things that you send out auditions as an artist. I think you don't expect, you're expecting to get a job, and then all of a sudden you have a community. Just me talking. Yeah. All of a sudden you have a community of people, and it is a family. It's very singular, I think, in its fandom. The specific people that love My Little Pony are special people, you know.
Absolutely.
So I'm really honored to be a part of it, and I'm so happy to be here. So happy.
They will initiate you this weekend for sure.
Let's do it.
Exactly. To kind of go off that too, you have I don't know how many people in this room know, but you have a massive history in stage performance.
Yeah.
Very, you know, Wizard of Oz, Anne of Green Gables. So like looking at it, I was just like, wow, she was in all of this.
Yeah.
How did you take that on-stage talent and that success and bring that into voice acting? What led to that path, and does anything kind of come through from that experience into what you do on My Little Pony and with Pip?
Well, Pip is...
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say.
Hi. No, that particular role was perfect for me to bust through these doors, but it took me like 4 years of training specifically in voice acting. Yeah, I mean, I've been singing my whole life, and like I said, professional goofball my whole life, and on stages and in theater and being a ding dong forever. But when I first got a taste of voiceover work, I was like, oh, this is special too. This is really, really something I think I should be doing. And I got really lucky that a part like Pip Petals came along at a time that I was available and ready. And yeah, it was just, like, when I say ready, I mean I did a lot of training, and then the skill set started meeting the opportunity. But yeah, singing has always been at the forefront of my skill set. So I got lucky, and then yeah, that kind of got the snowball rolling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to
Sing a little bit now for us.
I thought we were friends. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to sing like all the time, literally.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so embarrassed. Why?
Listen, you're sitting next to the guy with a parrot on his head. That's okay.
Yeah, that's my field. But I just closed Rock of Ages in Toronto, like downtown.
Yes, I heard
was
about
starring
that.
in that show, and I ran it for 5 months, and you know, like I'm all over the place when it comes to stages. So, but this is a fun stage to be on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that we're done interrogating AJ, first time here, I want to, yeah, right. Going off of your really diverse experience, the rest of you have just an eclectic roster of experience. Michael, you've been working in voice acting and on-camera acting for decades. Vincent, same over there. Different franchises. How do you get into each one of those roles, and different franchises like Transformers and Lego Ninjago, and then My Little Pony? Do you bring any attributes and things you learn from there, or things you do in that you bring to Pony? And that includes Brenda as well. I know you work in My Little Pony and with Agretsuko as well, and your own original material. So are there different things you learn from those experiences that you bring into other huge franchises and projects?
Like from Pony to like something else, or the other way, or like...
Either way, honestly.
I mean, I don't know, for me it's kind of just finding the essence of the character that you're going to do. And then you have to kind of like line that up into what the flavor is of the genre that you're doing, or the show, or the franchise that you're doing, you know? And then you just kind of dig in and lean into that, and get as creative as you can in the creation process of the character and the acting and then just have fun. You know,
Yeah.
like freaking have fun, and that's, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to remember that, you know, like to totally have fun, but it really is the through line of why I think I got into doing this. Because when I started, I was doing like stand-up comedy, and I was doing like impressions on stage and stuff like that, and I was like, maybe I could do this voice work thing. I don't know. And then my first job was the Ace Ventura.
Do a little bit of
cartoon.
Ace.
Pleasure to meet you. It's a real honor. I was just telling the ponies that I love them. But I just kind of, I don't know. I just sort of I did all that stuff because I had fun doing it. It wasn't about like anything to do, but just the enjoyment of like doing a voice and being expressive. And then it slowly kind of found its way into, I don't know, just all these characters, you know. That's really just what happened, and I do need to remind myself to have fun, because that's what this is about, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vincent.
Yeah.
Trading places.
Talking about, did you want to add to that, Vincent, or is our final answer there?
Yeah. I only take parts that involves me stealing waifus.
That's a good niche to corner. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just saying to Doc, it was funny how when we were driving in, like Prince Blue Blood was my very first part in the show, and then progressively they just kept hiring me for all the not so nice ponies, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just kind of typecasting. They see how much of a butt I am. Like, let's just give them all the characters that everyone hates.
Joe's okay.
So, Joe is okay, and Sandbar, I guess, is a little bit more redemptive.
Listen, there are a bunch of pony historians in this crowd. I love it. They know their stuff. Talking about long histories with capturing different worlds, there was something that I was struck with looking at your work, Brenda, where looking at your work in Pony and then with Agretsuko, if you didn't know, she's done work on the Agretsuko comics, those feel like two distinct visual worlds, but you capture both of those really perfectly, just looking between them. Absolutely. How do you go about jumping from those two different visual worlds that you go from My Little Pony then to something that is Agretsuko? That's an adjective of its own there. What's it like capturing? What do you do to jump between those two as an artist?
Let's see. A lot of it is intuitive, so it's hard to explain. But you study the art style, you practice in your sketchbook and stuff.
Right.
My first ponies were garbage. It's like not. It's not. You don't get it right away. Like my first Retzkos didn't look so good either. But yeah, you practice it, you study it. You break down the form into its basic shapes, like you see where your ovals, where your your circles, and how they're made up and stuff. So you kind of like do it until you feel a bit comfortable with it, and I don't know. And your style still refines on the page. Like my first ponies look a lot different than my current ponies. If you like go through all my work, it's very different. It evolves over time as you change as a person, as you get more comfortable with the characters and expressing them. And again, like I never stopped studying too. Like I invested in the My Little Pony art book for the TV
awesome.
series, and I was fortunate enough to be gifted the one for the movie, so I always had study material on hand, as well as Google image search as a saving grace when you don't have those like tangible mediums. So yeah, Retzko is a little bit different. Like she's very iconic looking,
right.
So you do have to simplify your style. Like I did switch my tools a little bit to make that, because ponies I do a lot more brush work and more organic lines to kind of capture the line weight and give them a lot of movement and flow. But because Retzko's very iconic looking and very simple, I would just do pens and stuff and make sure the lines were really bold. But a lot of what helps me too with ponies and Retzko, even though they look very different stylistically, was a lot of my heart in developing as an artist was when Sailor Moon came out as a child, and I was a child of like the manga boom, so I studied a lot of manga and anime drawings. So anytime I can kind of indulge in that history of mine with ponies, very shoujo manga, right, with the big eyes and lots of sparkles. I was like, that's me, I want this. And Retsuko, I could just totally, like, all the cartoon language, like the little veins and stuff that they have, or the way that their eyes, and like they get the jagged teeth and stuff when they're angry. I was like, I get to just indulge in my origin as an artist. So it's, I put a lot of love into it for that. Like I feel like I connect with it on that level as well.
And I know you have your own original material as well. And what's it like jumping from, again, those two really iconic visuals to your own material that you do with, I believe, Bobby Curnow and your husband? Tell us a bit about your own original works and jumping between those two, original and then really big franchises that people know, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the original stuff is obviously much more indulgent because I can have free reign.
Right.
Collaborating with Bobby Curnow, of course, like he wrote a graphic novel called Ward's Valley, which is about a grumpy gnome that lives in the forest by himself, and it's empty of all animals because there was a fire 50 years ago. And so he's kind of like overseeing the regrowth, and then the Gnome Council decides it's time to repopulate, so all the animals come in, and that's the beginning of the story. So I was a little bit more like, you know, are you happy with what I'm doing, Bobby? Like I would want to check with him a lot, like that he was happy with what I was doing. So it was a bit more like, you know, I get to be indulgent, but not as much because I want to make sure that I'm being collaborative and I'm not just overtaking this visually and making sure he's seeing his story, his writing represented properly. But my book, Halls of the Turnip King, was 100% me. I wrote it, made up the characters, and it's wacky. It's really, really indulgent. I got to put all my Looney Tunes influence in there with the acting, like really goofy acting, really slapstick. And I was watching a lot of like British humor at the time, so a lot of like kind of Blackadder humor.
Oh, I love
and
it.
Monty Python got in there, so just a lot of wackiness. I just got to indulge. So. Yeah, so it depends.
Go buy it. Go buy it. Support Brenda.
Yeah, I have
Support
I have a couple of my other books other than ponies on my table this weekend. If you want to take a look and
Do
see-
it. That's your
see
homework
what you
now.
think.
That's your homework from the panel. Take it home with you.
What age would be like just appropriate for some of your books? I'm just curious. Like, is there like an age level?
Yeah, I tend to go a little younger. Halls of the Turnip King has some naughtiness and some bad words. So, like, I'd say, like, maybe, depending on the parent, like, maybe 11, 12, even. Like, my 9-year-old started reading it, and he's unfortunately got the same sense of humor as me, so he was laughing at everything. He was like, Mom, what's with the bad words? And I was like, sorry, it's not really for your age. So,
I like children as the censor board of the comics. I appreciate that.
Yeah, my 9-year-old's become the bad word police.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
So, Michael, a big question I wanted to ask you about was on the mic voiceover training, because I know that that's been a big part for the last decade or so.
Yes.
Explain some of that to people, because I was looking into it and I was fascinated by how long it's been going and
It's
just
crazy. It's a voiceover school. I started 16 years ago. Believe it or not, my man over here, Vinny Chase, who I call him Vinny Chase, just because he's like the coolest guy in the world from Entourage, you know. He taught there, and anyways, it started out as this very small kind of like one person, me teaching some people in an art space where we created like a little booth, to all the way to getting our own space in Gastown in Vancouver, like a 2,000 square foot studio where we teach part-time courses, and now for the past 4 years a diploma program in voiceover. So it's the only diploma program in the English-speaking world for voiceover, where you study for 6 months, and you know there's like 12 courses, and you know you're studying animation, commercials, dubbing, video games, narration, audiobooks, and stuff like that. And it's really been amazing. We've graduated over 100 people in the past 4 years, and just really transforming people's lives. People come in sort of somewhat closed off, and then they graduate out of these programs, and they're just like completely open and like expressive machines, you know, that can get into, you know, really truly get into the business. And so it's been really special for me and gratifying to see the changes that we've made in some people's lives, you know, and it's been really cool. We've expanded from Vancouver to Toronto as well, so we're in Toronto now, and Kim Hurden heads up our operation there, and it's just kind of growing into this thing of like just good energy with amazing people like Vincent having taught there, or what, like just people that are on the pulse teaching are also you know, A-list voice actors that teach their respective course.
Excellent. Thank you for letting us know about it. Look that up, guys, because it really, I just spent an hour looking through that whole website and all the history behind it. So
thank you so
keep up
much.
the excellent work on that.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, Vincent,
Yeah.
are you awake over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
What's up?
Other than, I know we're at a My Little Pony convention this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
My little pony, my little pony.
Come on, guys. You guys don't see the credit earlier. So I definitely want to ask about My Little Pony, but I also want to ask because you have been a part of a bunch of different iconic characters and
Have I?
franchises within them.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it. Tell me.
You've been the Mega Man. I know
Yes,
that. I know
the Mega Man.
I know you've been your Knuckles on Sonic Prime.
Ooh, plenty of them. And the doctors.
It's true. You've been on Lego Ninjago as
Yes,
well.
I always use this voice for every one of my characters.
That's what they all sound like. That's
Yes.
a great Knuckles and Sandbar impression.
Hi, I'm Mega Man Sandbar.
So-
Pew pew.
What is it like not only being a part of those franchises and characters with long histories of other voices to them, but also the fandoms that are attached to them? Do you get tired, exhausted interacting with all of those people that are part of that?
I am exhausted right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's been so long. No, it's so much fun. This is the best part of our job, really, is to be able to meet our fans, the people that love it. And it's really all of y'all that keep us happy and employed, really. And to keep these shows going, really, honestly. Thank you, guys.
For you.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for you guys having the love of our shows and our work, we wouldn't be here. So no, it's always. I mean, yes, it's tiring, of course, but I really enjoy coming to conventions and seeing people, and yeah, it's super thrilling.
Nice. Speaking of thank you for that answer.
You're welcome.
That's a great Donut Joe impression?
Yep, that's Donut Joe.
Exactly.
Hello, you want some donuts from Joe? Here you go.
I don't know which character anymore.
That was Donut Joe.
The man of 1,000 voices, Vincent Tong, everybody.
Donut.
So, on that note, with talking about the fans interacting with all of these lovely talents here, you guys all have a bunch of questions. Luck Rock has a stack of paper, so I'm going to get out of the way here and let them have the stage here. Thank you so much for
Thank
answering
you.
my questions.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Bring your great questions for them coming up next. Luck, you have the floor.
Come on, look.
All right, welcome to the stage, look. All right.
All right, I have some fan-submitted questions for you all. If you guys still want to submit some questions, the note cards are up front. Just come and grab one and a colored pencil, and then just kind of set them over here when you're done, and I will run back and forth to get them. But we'll try and get through as many of these as we can.
Let's go.
Could I have a paper and a colored pencil? Draw some ponies while we're at
Yes.
Let me ask the first question, and I'll go get it. For everyone, so we'll go right down the line, or whoever's got the answer first. If for some reason you weren't in the career that you are now, what would your career be? Where would you end up? What's
Oh
plan?
dear.
What's the second choice?
That's too real of a question.
I actually I don't know the answer to that. And people have asked me that before, and I'd probably just I don't know. The pressure. I don't know what I would do. Maybe what do I like? I like cooking.
Okay.
Maybe I'd cook. Maybe I'd make food and then eat it. I don't know. Yeah, like I'd probably be somewhere in the arts, and some like culinary arts would probably be a fun place for me to land. Or I'd just be like a doctor for money.
For money, not for helping people.
Oh yeah, and for.
I think so I've only had 3 jobs my whole life. It's kind of I've been an actor, and I've waitered and taught tennis. Those are my 3 jobs. So I probably would. I don't want to waiter anymore because I was a waiter when I was trying to be an actor, and but I would probably teach tennis. I probably
Yes,
would.
you're a tennis pro.
I would go back and play the tennis and teach the tennis.
Yes.
The tennis.
The tennis.
That's probably what I would do.
Awesome. I've actually thought of this, that I'm like, if I ever get bored of comics, which I mean, you never know. I probably won't, but you never know. I do have a backup that I would love to open a cat cafe.
Yeah.
Called Comics, Cats, and Coffee, where because I've got such an extensive collection of graphic novels that I've been collecting over the years, and not just Marvel and DC stuff, but really indie stuff, like cool things I've gotten in Europe and cool things I've just found at the comic shop that I'm like, this needs to come to my home. So like have those, a library of those. People could come pet cats, drink coffee, and read a lot of comics, and I think that would be a lot of fun. My kids are already like, hire me when that happens because I want to work there. So, and I do like baking and stuff as well. So it's like, if it was a way that I can bake, but then I'm not stuck with like a whole pie and a whole cake, and I've got people to share it with, you know, like that would be
Where would it be based?
What's that?
Where would it be based? Because I want to go now.
I live in Charlottetown in PEI in Canada, so I'm a little remote, but
Okay.
yeah, I think it would be a really nice like place. I mean, maybe we'll expand if it's really popular. It might come to your hometown.
Love you.
I don't know.
Oh, come on,
I
Ben.
really don't know. Thank you. I like, I love Disney, so I'm a huge Disneyland nut. Woo! Charlie knows. So I would be happy, like, being like a Dapper Dan in Disneyland. I'm not sure if I can sing that well, but I would like, maybe be a jungle cruise skipper, or just like put people onto the Matterhorn mountain, something like that, or the Indiana Jones ride, because they got cool outfits. I don't know, pretty lame. I don't know what I would do. That's my answer.
I think that sounds fun.
Oh, thank you.
That's a good answer.
I could see you being the stunt guy on the
Stunt
Indiana
guy.
Jones show.
Yeah,
Dodging all
I
the
was
stuff.
actually. I was just a stunt double for this movie called Love Hard. It was on Netflix, and because I had to double this guy for rock climbing, because I do bouldering. So
What?
Yeah, I had to like fly up this mountain. Not mountain. It was like an indoor rock climbing thing. Anyway, next question, please.
All right, I've got one here for AJ.
Oh,
Uh,
that's me.
what are your thoughts on G4, Friendship is Magic, from the perspective of someone working on G5?
Yeah. Well, okay, so fun fact, when I auditioned for this, we signed an NDA and all that business, but I didn't know I was auditioning for My Little Pony at the time. And I actually watched, for some reason, I was like, I got the sense it was like, the audition was kind of like about fairies and magic and stuff like that. And I was like, I just got the sense, I was like, no, I'm feeling like this is something about My Little Pony. So I started watching some of Friendship is Magic for that, and then just kept watching it and kept watching it after it started snowballing and booking the job. So yeah, I think there's so much content. Oh, there's so much content. It's awesome. And so many great performances. So I actually learned a lot as a voice actor, listening and watching.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Friendship is Magic.
That was.
Yeah. It
I
helped
like
me.
that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, then I think we're all very happy that you got it.
Me too!
Michael D.
Yes.
I'm gonna hand this one to you just so you can see how it's written. But
Okay.
can you say
Is it
the
backwards?
can you say the famous
Appaloosa. That's actually Apple, the company, is changing their name to Appaloosa. I don't know if you know that. It's a big deal. Tim Cook. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
You do iMac Pro from Appaloosa.
And you're not allowed to say it flat. You have to say it.
Appaloosa.
Yeah.
In fact, if anyone just says Appaloosa this weekend, you correct
Fun
them.
fact, though. Fun fact. I don't think that on the. I remember that was in the audition for that. That I don't think that there was like any kind of sing-songy. I just remember being like, maybe that's how it should sound. I remember, like, do you know what I mean? Just kind of make it all sort of with a melody, and I just sort of did that, and it seemed, I don't know.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Iconic, yes. Yes.
All right, one for everyone. If you could change one thing about each of your characters, or maybe some of the ones that you draw, what would it be? You get creative control now, but just for one thing. And I'll throw that out to anyone who has an answer ready. It's a thinker. Vincent has to go through like 80 characters just to figure it out.
That was something I didn't know.
Well, let me see. I think, Garble was a bit of a butt. I think I would change it so that he really liked giving hugs. That'd be kind of cute. Did you guys like the little beat poetry thing he did? Yeah. Maybe he would do more of that, but then start, writing a musical of his own. It'd be in the style of Lin-Manuel Miranda. And start doing some Hamilton in the Heights kind of raps. You know what I'm saying? That'd be kind of fun. There you go.
I don't know. It's a lot of characters to go through if you draw them for the comics. It's tricky.
I know, it's hard.
Maybe, let's see. I did a character called Mr. Hoofington in the movie, and I'd want to cheer him up a little bit because he seemed so down, or I don't know, I just remember, cheer up and have more fun, Hoofington. Don't be so conservative.
You guys saw Rainbow Road Trip, right?
That's all I've heard, yeah.
I don't know if I would I don't know if this is a change for Pip, but I'd love to explore what she looks like without being so attached to her phone. In a world where social media is it's a beautiful place to exist. Obviously, you can find community there, and I love that she finds the beauty in that. But I also would just love to see what she would look like in medieval times or something. What would she do if that kind of thing did? How would she exist in as Pip without social media? What that would look like.
It's really interesting.
But I wouldn't change her.
Right.
I just love to see the circumstance.
You want to know more.
They should do an IDW one-shot of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I really want to read that. Can you propose that or something? Because
I can try.
all right.
Yeah.
Tell them you've got backup.
Yeah,
People want to see this. People need to know.
Yeah.
People need to know.
It's all about taking characters out of their comfort zone, right? And see what they would do.
Yeah. This is incredible because someone submitted a question for everyone, and so I've kind of been going back and forth to it as needed. But Vincent and Michael both referenced this person's questions in your most recent answers. So since it's on the forefront of your minds, I'm just gonna rehash it a little bit. Vincent,
Hi.
did you enjoy the bongo singing as Garble?
Boop-bop, doop-bop, doop-doop-doop. Don't remember it. Literally don't remember it. I know he does it, but I don't remember what I did. I remember it was a bit weird, because I would think I was trying hard to put some sort of syntax into it to make it kind of cool. But I think he was more beatnik kind of dude, right? I don't really remember. Michael?
Yeah. This question here about your role as Mr. Hoofington and sort of coming back many years later.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about...
Do you remember a show called Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
We all know where I stole the voice from. It's Thurston Howell.
Howell, Mr. Howell.
I kind of took that. So it was a lot of fun to do that. It was with Vina Sood, played my wife in that in that movie, and yeah, it was really cool to jump back in and just, I don't know. It's just a very fun voice to do. You just sort of move your jaw back and talk out of here. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
That's right, because when I did Blue Blood, that's my first character, that's who I was referencing too. But he had more teeth than yours.
The younger
Fritters, apple dumplings. My lips have tasted common carnival fare. Maybe you're my son in another world.
Daddy kids!
Son, where have you been?
Well, I've been looking for your teeth, Father.
Did you find one?
Wait, I've got... Here it is.
Oh.
I've had it in my mouth the whole time.
Oh my
Here
goodness.
you go. I've had some celery. Improv. Did you just snort? Yes. I got a snort laugh.
Snorty.
Wow.
I just want more of that. I don't know. AJ,
Hi.
did you know what you were getting into when you signed up for this?
No! In the best way. I had no idea how huge this franchise is and how big the community is. I really didn't know, and it was a really, really pleasant, wonderful surprise. I also didn't know that there would be so much music, which was also another pleasant surprise. They didn't really know I was a singer when I auditioned. And then the first time I recorded a song with them, they went, oh, and now I'm in almost every song in G5. Yeah, almost every one I'm in the room for. So it's the best job ever. And like, I sing the theme song. I had no idea. I had no clue that was and I cried when I first saw the episode. Well, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like theme songs are, for me, like,
They're big
it's
deal.
what I remember from these shows growing up. It's the thing, it's the earworm that you're like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to be a part of that is like, yeah, I'm like actually emotional thinking about it. Just the fact that there are so many people listening to that, and that's really really cool. And I had no idea I would have that honor.
Yeah.
Well, since you bring up music,
Okay.
literally the next one I had queued up for you.
Yeah.
What song have you enjoyed singing as Pip so far?
There's so many and so many more to come, which is great. The theme song, it has to be like one of my favorites.
Phauxe and I were so excited to sit in on this panel, but we had to leave a little bit early to go get ready for our panel for Pony Show Trivia that was at 1 o'clock at Windy City. Thanks to all that stopped by for our panel, and I hope you stay tuned to watch our next vlog. Bye guys! If you're enjoying this vlog, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.